Hello everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Music Mondays with Terri Cann, where our guest, we are featuring the phenomenal, the preacher lady herself. This is me trying to figure out why my light is going in and out. Real Talk Kim, do me a favor, share this live, tell the people it's about to go down. Real Talk Kim, I see you on. We're gonna give it like 2 minutes for people to come on in, and we are going to get started. Eden. Okay, there we go. Welcome. What's up with my light tonight? My apologies. The Saints are calling my phone. Hey, Andre. Good evening to everyone coming on in tonight. Welcome.
When I think of your goodness, oh, and all that you've done for me, even when I'm no good, oh, you send grace and mercy for me. Every time, no matter what, you rescue me. Every time, no matter what, you still love me.
Welcome to those who are coming in. Welcome to a special Preacher's edition of Music Mondays with Terri Cann, where we are featuring the preaching phenomenal Real Talk Kim. Do me a favor, share this live. The way that the algorithms work is the more that they see people are engaging in the live, they'll send it out there. So please do me a favor and share this live right now. We're gonna bring her on. She's backstage in her green room right now. She's backstage in the virtual green room, sipping on Fiji water and grapes that are flown in from Mexico. 'Cause that's the kind of treatment you get when you come on Music Mondays with Terri Cann. It's kind of 5-star treatment. Do you fly in grace? You get the point. Tulum. There you go. How is everyone doing? I hope everybody's okay in the snowstorm. I don't know where you guys are. I'm in New York. We are locked in. I mean, they put a travel ban on us. We can't go nowhere. We are here in the house. Kids can't wait to go out in the snow. Thank God for my husband, because that's just not my ministry. Hey Chris, hey Soror, welcome guys. Come on in, share this live. I'm always excited about Music Mondays with Terri Cann, but I am like extra excited tonight because I have heard the testimony of Real Talk Kim, and whoo, if you don't know, you gonna learn tonight. Hey sweetheart. So as soon as the song goes off, we're gonna hop right into it. Hey. For everything you do. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. Again, welcome to another episode of Music Mondays with Terri Cann. Tonight, we're doing something a little different. You know that I usually, thank you for the hearts, I usually interview music artists and music industry professionals. But tonight, I want to switch it up a little bit. So we are having the Preacher's edition. And tonight, we are featuring the woman phenomenon herself, where she at, affectionately known as Real Talk Kim.
Man, it is so awesome to be with you. Thank you Terri.
No, thank you, Real Talk Kim. And I knew it was gonna be something tonight. I was like, either she's gonna come with the frames or the glitter. See, I wore my glitter. I wore my sequins just for you, or the fur. I was like, I want to see what we're gonna do tonight.
Love it. I know I'm a little more calm tonight.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh,
I'm a little.
I am so
It
honored.
it is. Listen, it is so cold here. It's almost like it is so cold. It's hard to get ready. Do you
I
know?
understand.
It's like my hair. Everything is cold.
I
And
understand.
so,
That's why I'm in my apartment with the heat up because I'm not
I
doing it.
walked in our church today, and my staff has it like hell hot. I'm like hell hot in this building. So you go from really cold to hell hot.
Oh my gosh, I totally
You are.
understand.
It is wonderful to meet you.
It is my honor, Pastor Kim, Pastor Real Talk Kim. I've always heard your amazing messages, but it wasn't until last year you were featured at a women's conference at Hope NYC with Pastor Sharon,
Yes.
and I heard your testimony, and I was just like, okay, God, I don't know how you're gonna make this happen, but I have to talk to her. I have to talk to her. So I am honored. Thank you again for obliging. I know you don't know who I am from a can of paint, but I appreciate you taking the offer.
Absolutely. You know what? The one thing about this pandemic, it's allowed me to meet so many of y'all that I wouldn't have gotten to meet if I wouldn't have. I'd have been gone. You know what I mean? I'm travel so much now. I'm at home. I can do all these Zooms.
Isn't it's a blessing and it's kind of sad at the same time.
Oh, I'm so ready to get back out. Full. You know what I'm saying?
Pastor Kim, my calendar. When I say I was booked and busy, calendar set until
Yes.
December.
Yes.
But
Some of the events.
I'm sorry.
Some of the greatest events of my life canceled.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna get in my feelings.
Well,
I
this
was
is
supposed to open up for Erica Campbell. Oh my God. Okay.
a great topic because we're showing how you do it. How do you trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding?
Come on.
All your ways acknowledge him and he'll
Come
direct
on.
life. Is gonna happen. You're gonna get that bad doctor's report. You're gonna your husband's gonna walk in or your wife's gonna walk in and say, I don't love you no more. Here's the divorce papers. What are you gonna do when hell comes knocking at your door? Are you gonna praise your way through? Are you gonna lay down and cry yourself into nowhere?
We only in the first I just let her on 2 minutes ago. And already I'm just like, see, I didn't even fully introduce you yet. I love it. I love it. But what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do? There's so
it's easy to sing I Trust You, God, with all the inversions. It's amazing songs. But what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's somebody on here tonight. There's people watching us tonight that literally have been stuck in a divorce that happened 13 years ago. And waiting, you've gone to counseling. There's somebody else walking through where you've lost all your savings through this pandemic and you're mad about it. What are you gonna do? It is there, it happened, it stinks. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna come out oily. That's what you're gonna do. You gonna
oily
and it's gonna come out more oily. That's right.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Music Mondays with Terri.
Hey,
tonight we have the honor and the pleasure of we are getting up close and personal with the one, the only, the phenomenal Real Talk Kim. For those of you who are joining, Music Mondays with Terri Cann is usually a musical platform. I usually interview artists and music industry professionals. But after I heard Pastor Kim's testimony, I was like, we're going to flip it. We're going to have the Preacher's Edition because this woman got a word. A word. So I want to jump into it. Let's talk about this name, Real Talk Kim.
Oh, no.
Let's start there. For the two people that may not have heard you preach on this live, where did this name Real Talk Kim come from?
Well, you know what was so funny was at 40 years old, I never preached my first sermon until I was 40. I was working at Bloomingdale's in their cosmetic department. at Estee Lauder until I was 40. And process, I was God just started doing a work. It was 18 years of marriage. I was married to this guy that he was my everything. Like I replaced God for him. And we walked through this divorce, both of us preachers' kids, and I found myself literally having to start all over again after our marriage went to hell in a handbasket. And during that process of healing, I was finding myself. I was a preacher's kid, with my mom and daddy, and living in this little bitty room trying to heal, and started doing a work in me. Like I literally got saved for the first time. Like Terry, I knew how to fall out on the floor. United Pentecostal. I knew how to sing my butt off. I knew how to play church, and listen. Nothing in this world set me up for this devastation that was coming into my life. And it let me know that I really didn't know who Jesus was at all. And so I went on a journey with them. And I remember I started getting saved. I got so saved that if a mosquito would have bit me, it would have got the Holy Ghost. And in the process, I lost all my friends. And so I was checking out social media. What else you going to do, right? MySpace. Twitter. So I go on Twitter and I put in Kim Jones, and it says it's taken. It says, let us recommend Real Talk Kim. And I was like, oh, I'm going to sleep. I'll look at it later. I went back 3 years later, and God had done such a work in my life. And I was like the world was knowing me. My videos were going viral. And Real Talk Kim was there staring at me. And it was like, God, this is what y'all need to understand, is that where you are right now, whether it's lost your 5-bedroom house, whether you've lost whether you're having to do makeup at Bloomingdale's, you went from 6 figures to $13 an hour, whatever your story is, listen tonight if you don't hear anything else. Every single little detail, from you losing everything and not being able to buy cheese with your credit, God is setting you up for that next level. You got to stay aware. You got to pay attention, because listen, he sets you up in a place. And sometimes he's got to do it by taking everything away from you. It's not always about becoming anything. It's about unbecoming what you became, trying to fit into places you didn't belong anyway. God gave me Real Talk Kim in the middle of every ounce of hell that I could go through. And he knew one day, I'm going to put you on TV. One day, I'm going to put you in front of the world, and everybody will already know Real Talk Kim. So you'll be able to deliver the truth and let the truth set them free. And so my name came from Twitter.
Yes. God works in mysterious ways. Wow.
In the middle of losing everything. Wow. In the middle of, devastation. Like I literally
don't go into testimony. We're gonna dig deep in that. That's a heavy time. Just hold on.
Pump your girl, pump your break.
Hold on, guys. If you're now joining us, welcome to a special Preachers Edition of Music Mondays with Terri, Cann, where we are here getting up close and personal with the preaching phenomenon, Real Talk Kim. Now, again, this is usually a music platform. So I want to ask you as a preacher, before we get into this testimony, because I feel like once we go into the testimony, there's no coming back. We just don't go. So 2 questions. What is your definition of worship? And follow that up with, what is the role of a worship leader from the pastor's perspective?
Man, a worshiper, to me, that's the first thing on my resume is I'm a worshiper. Because when and by the way, I'm so honored that I got to mess up the music play, the stage, and come on as a preacher. I'm honored. I got to be that.
Me too.
So the worshiper is, whenever I have ever been at a place in my life that I couldn't pray, worship is always there to bring you out.
Yes.
That place where your world collides with God. I can see God in heaven with his arms out wide, and all, even when you don't have a prayer, it's Jesus, Jesus.
That's it.
That thing right there will take you to a whole new place of breakthrough. And to me, a worshiper, I tell my team all the time, I'm blessed to have a great worship team at Limitless, my church I pastor. Yeah. And I all the time. Worship is something that you do at home when nobody else is watching.
Come on.
Worship is that place, sis, where it's just a connection that you got with God. And that place where when you come into the church, you just are already there because you've been in worship with him the whole week. Worship, walking in the stock room at Bloomingdale's and you just hum a little song to him. Worship is that connection that you got with your heart in Jesus, where worship don't even have to be in your coming out of your mouth. You're right here because you connect with him all day, every day in worship. Woo. Worship's my favorite. Worship gets me through.
Me too. Me too. That's amazing. So that special connection with God and the role of a worship leader.
Yes, the role of a worship leader, man. I put the pressure on my team because
I bet.
I tell them all the time, you're as important as I am. You know, you have to literally take these people that walk in with so many things happening in their lives, and your job is to escort them into the presence of God because you've already been there. You walked in already there.
Yes.
And you bring them in and you open their eyes. You take their thoughts and their minds and everything that's going on, and you give them this escape into the heavenlies of heavenly. You open up the clouds for them so that they can leave everything that they walked in with at the feet of Jesus right there. And so the role of a worship leader, man, and it's one of the most important roles.
Yes.
But so the greatest reward, because when people understand worship, they can get through anything quickly, because it takes off of the problem and onto the
problem and onto the promise.
It takes you out, takes you off of it. The burdens aren't there anymore. Yeah.
Every time I look down, I'm writing, by the way, because the gems, I'm just like, whoa, that is so profound.
Yeah.
Out of the and into the promise.
I was a worship leader. That's what I did. I wasn't really a worship leader. I was a background singer. They wouldn't let me lead worship.
I feel like you're just being modest and humble right now. You were probably out there like Tasha Cobbs and Lauren Daigle. I know, it's okay.
No, girl, listen, I think I am. You know, hey, Terry, I just say you do everything with confidence and everybody believes you're great.
I love it. It starts with you. I love it. So, okay. You grew up in the church. You are a PK. Did you always know that, like, was that the aim to be a pastor? Did you know that this was a calling? I just want to talk a little bit about your journey into your calling of pastoralship. Is that a word? Did I make that up? Pastoralship?
Yeah, sounds great to me.
Okay, great. Okay, if you said it's good, it's good.
No, I never thought in a million years ever that I'd be a whole church, a woman pastor. Never. I was raised in United Pentecostal, and women could not preach.
Yes.
My daddy was the district superintendent for UPC, United Pentecostal, and women could not preach. And I remember I would line my little baby dolls up, and my baby dolls. My mama tells the story. She says, I would put those little baby dolls up and I'd say, my daddy won't let me preach, so I guess I'll have to be a worship leader. So I never, you know, in a million years, that not even at 40 did I dream that I would be preaching on the greatest platforms in America.
Yes.
Dreamed in a million years that I would be on the flyer with all the men, you know, yes. I just never dreamed it. I could have never prayed for this. All I knew was I said yes to God at about 40 years old. And I said, whatever you want to do with me, here I am. I ain't scared of nothing. And he started opening the doors and I started walking. So no, I could have never, ever planned this. But God, exceedingly abundantly, more than we could ever ask or think. Honey, what? Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, if you're tuning in, I know you have questions. We're going to get to questions in about a few minutes, but I'm asking you, please do not post your questions on the wall. Please put them in the question box or the comment box, because I do want to read them before I ask them to Pastor. Okay, so at 40, you gave God your yes.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about 0 through 39.
Listen. I was the wild child.
Were you really? I can't tell.
I was mad because I couldn't preach. I was mad that Eve had somebody eat an apple because I felt like Eve would have stayed in her lane. We wouldn't be the underdog. And so
Listen.
So I just went through life like I remember my mom my mom did nothing but serve my dad. That was like her call in life. And my dad his glass would go empty and he would pick it up and look at her and she would get up and run and get water or tea for him. I'd be like, go get your own tea or go get so I had a problem. So listen, Terri, it was my job in life to do everything that I wasn't
opposite.
To. Yes. Nobody in my family had ever done anything wrong. They were all virgin saints. And I just needed to test the waters. I needed
You were the one. There's always one. There's always one.
I needed to do it all, Terri, so that I could understand what a sinner is coming from. So I did it, girl. Yes. Listen, I even was singing. My mom and daddy sent me to Bible school, try to get me saved. And Bible school with Pastor Rod Parsley. I get moved to the front line. I see the piano boy, and I'm like, oh, yes, honey. I already saw myself as pastor, and I ain't going to say his name because everybody go look for it.
Right. Google.
And I remember Pastor Rod said, girl, you going to jump out of the fire, because I was always into something. You going to jump out of the fire into the frying pan. You ain't going to date that boy because you got a call of God on your life. Girl, I left at 3 o'clock in the morning, went, packed my stuff, and married him. Yes, I did it. If you told me I couldn't do it, I did it. And
okay, wait. Hold on. Okay, and this was after how long of knowing him?
So I knew him for like 6 months. I'm the queen of jumping ahead of God. That for start.
See?
I told you I ain't scared of nothing. I wasn't scared.
I see.
But look, if it wouldn't have been for all that I've gone through, I'd be here today.
Yes. Wow. So I got 6 months. You woke up at 3 in the morning and went and married him because Rod Parsley told you not to.
Yes, and hey, the next morning everybody's like, hey, Kim, where you at? Your name's up on all the screens in the sanctuary to go to the executive wing. I'm like, I'm in Atlanta. Too late.
Ooh, Pastor Kim.
God is a redeemer. He's a redeemer. I got
Amen.
Good ending. There's a good ending.
Yeah, very good ending. Wow. And around how old were you when you got married?
So I was 20 years old. I had both my boys by the time I was 23 years old.
Wow, you were young.
Yeah. And we were praise and worship leaders. Me and him were praise and worship leaders at several great churches.
Okay.
And neither one of us, it was almost like we were, I'm telling you, man, we couldn't listen. Neither one of us could listen. Both preachers' kids. And just no accountability. And so I always say this: thieves don't rob empty vaults. You're not being fought because you're weak. You're being fought because you're powerful, because you are anointed, because you are, the enemy is not after your now. He's after your future. He does not want you to get there. Even if you're 40 or if you're 50, if you're 60, he don't want you to get there. But today, on February the 1st, you can make up in your mind, I'm doing a whole U-turn and I'm about to take back everything the devil stolen, even my own bad choices. I'm about to change this shit, buddy. That's what I did. 40 years old, but that's what I did.
You said the enemy is not after your now. He is after your future. So even if things are like looking up for you, that you're going great, you can still get attacked because he knows where you're going.
Yes.
That's the Kim.
You hear people say all the time, man, I wish God didn't trust me so much. It's in you.
That's it.
Stop
That's
saying
it.
stupid things and find the oil. It's in you. Stop
Ooh.
the natural and dig into the spiritual of who you really are. Flip the script and see what God created you to be, and it's all gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. All those counterfeits that's come into your life, and you feel like I'm disqualified now because I fell for this one, I fell for this one, I wasted time on this one. All of them are part of your life story, honey. You got free life college from your silly mistakes. Okay? You got free life college, and you ain't got to pay one student loan back. You got something to talk about. You're gonna touch the world. Nobody else gonna touch the world like you can touch it. Why? Because you made some bad choices, but you came back from them.
That's it.
Yeah.
Y'all put some hearts up for Pastor Kim right now, because she is getting us tonight.
So good.
And you said something earlier in your introduction. It was like the first 30 seconds, right, going in. You said sometimes God is doing the reversal. So it's the unbecoming of what you became.
Yeah. Yes. Because, I remember laying in my bed one night. I think I was probably 37 years old, and I was feeling sorry for myself. And I was at my mom and dad's. I lost my $500,000 house. I lost my gorgeous bow chicka wow wow. Me kids had moved back in with my mom and daddy. And I remember laying in my bed one night, and I was just like, God, take this pain. I was hurting so bad, girl. Like, that was on my dream board. And all because sin will take you further than you want to go, cost you more than you want to pay, and keep you longer than you want to stay. And I was chasing sin, God. I was chasing sin instead of God. And man, I'm laying in that bed one night, and I was just like, God, take this pain away from me. And I remember God spoke to me, and he said, I can't take it away. You got to get up and walk away from it. You got to walk through this. Stop praying for the mountain to move and bulldoze your way through it. And girl, that's what I did. And I remember that night I realized that it was when those quizzes were going around MySpace and Facebook or whatever. And it said, oh, my favorite color is, and we would tell you what our favorite color was, what my favorite food is. And I couldn't tell you any of it because I had lost myself on trying to become somebody that I wasn't that person, but I wanted you to love me so bad that I was willing to change who I was. And here's the problem. When you change who you are for somebody, the problem with that is you're going to have to keep changing for the rest of your life, because that ain't who you really are.
That's it.
And girl, man,
that's it.
That night I began to pray, and I said, God, unbecome me. Take all this junk away. Let me find the girl that you created. I was probably 37 years old then.
Yeah.
Prayer. And I remember 7 days later, my son comes in and hands me a poem. And I just wanted 25 things good about me. And he came in with a poem, and 35 things that I love about you. And right then it was like God took all that junk that I had become trying to fit into places I never was supposed to be in the first place. And he knew who I was supposed to be. That's how God rolls, just like that.
Just like that.
Girl, when you get out of your own way, that's the key. Get out of your own way. Just be. Oh, be everything that God's created you to be. If they don't like you, oh well. They talk about you, oh well. You got a testimony that's going to shake the world. And so that's what I did, Terry. I started becoming who God wanted me to be. I remember number one on that quiz was, I love you, Mama, because you were the loudest one at the basketball games. He used to say, basketball game, you embarrassed me. And the number 6 on there said, I love you, Mama, because you conquered hell in high heels. And you know what? He was basically saying, like, see, what was happening was all the things that I thought I was supposed to be, in a second, God delivered me through my own kid.
Your own babies.
Really supposed to be. And he celebrated all those areas in my life that I thought I was terrible. Why? Because of who people said I was supposed to be, instead of who I was looking to people, looking for people that wasn't even valid. And God's over here.
Pastor Kim, your connection is a little.
Oh,
Okay, I think we're good.
is that better? Is that good?
You said something that was so. I mean, everything that you said has been so key. But you said this specifically, that even like when you were laying in your bed, I feel like we learn about God, that God can do anything, and he can. Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like we think that God is just a magician and we don't have to do anything. He's just going to come and take it away. You said you had to get up. You literally had to make the decision within yourself. Even though you prayed, for God to take it away, he was all right, well, get up.
Yeah. Get up. And that's what he said to me. He literally, it was like, because I was the one that would lay in my bed. And I mean, because we used to fall out, at church. You just laid in the floor and got your miracles, what I thought.
Of course.
And I realized in that season of my life that God's not a genie in a bottle, and that he says, when it says that God would never give you more than you can't handle, we look at that like well, God said that he ain't gonna. That's not at all what that scripture means. That scripture, right, that life is going to happen. You're going to go through some things that are going to break you down, going to destroy your heart for a season. But your job is to get up, even if it feels like your leg is a turtle stuck in peanut butter. Get up and begin to take your life back. Nobody can do it. Your therapist can't do it. Drinking a bottle of wine, 2 or 3 every night ain't going to do it. Feeling sorry stuff ain't gonna do it. Your husband can't do it. Your kids can't do it. Only your wife can do it. Only not your pastor can't do it. It has to be where you get to a moment where you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's it.
I'm sick of yelling at everybody. I'm sick of being broken and bleeding on people that didn't cut me. I'm sick of it. I'm getting up, and I don't know what it's gonna look like, but God, you said, and your word don't lie, that you are working in Romans 8:28. You said it. You're working things together for my good. So that's Lord, get up and I'm gonna move. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You said you're gonna be a lamp.
I don't know where I'm going, but
I don't know where I'm going. But you ain't gonna wreck your reputation on me, God. So I'm moving. I'm moving. You ready
to get the glory?
Come
on.
Come on. He glory, but you got to move. You got to get up. Get up. Put the people in the balcony. Those people you got in your VIP section that are constantly telling you how bad you are, making you feel like you ain't good enough. The only time they ever text you is to yell at you about something or make you feel like you this big. Put those jokers in the doggone balcony and tell them to watch you from a distance. I love you, but I love you from up there, because where I'm going, I got to guard my heart. The Bible says to guard my heart, because out of it flows the issues of life. You make me mad every time I talk to you, so I'm moving you up there until I get my You do your part and watch God do his.
You didn't even say get rid of them. You said put them in the balcony, because, honey, I need you to watch. I need you to watch what God's about to do. Don't go nowhere. Watch.
You watch. Come on, you watch, because that's how God rolls now.
Right.
Right.
Girl, you got my wig shifted, Pastor Kim. Hold on. This is good. I love it. I love it. I need everybody to type get up in the comments right now. Get up. 2 words. Get up.
God, get up, man. Get up. Get up. Your kids need you to get up. Your future needs you to get up. Your purpose needs you to get up. Your destiny needs you to get up. Get up and take your life back. It's a season, not a sentence. This is a moment in your life, not a monument. Get up. What are you waiting on? You scared of what? What you scared of? The worst thing that can happen is you fall. Guess what? Your fall game is going to be the harder you fall, the higher you bounce.
Come on, fall game. Come on.
Woo, get up, man.
Get up.
You were
Get
built.
up.
Yeah.
Guys, I see your questions. The questions are coming in. We're going to get to it in just a second. Share this
I love it.
live because we are not done.
I
Pastor
love
Kim, we usually end at 8. You might have to give me like a little 10 extra minutes.
I got an 8. Look, I'm packed tonight. I got an
All right. Thank you. Because I don't know if I want to let you go. I want to be a little selfish with you tonight.
Look, I'm 30. I jumped right on here with you, and I got an 8 o'clock. So we can't go. But
Oh,
I'll
you
come
have an 8. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So let's
back. I'll come.
keep going. All right. Well, we might have to have a part 2. We'll talk off the ground.
Yeah, man.
Give me your definition of freedom.
Man, my definition of freedom is, I live it. I lived so many years of my life, Terry, being an Ann Taylor when God created me to be a Betsy Johnson.
I love it.
I wanted everybody else, and God clearly created me to be in my own lane. And freedom came whenever I remember I used to lay in my bed and I pray like elementary prayers still to this day, because God doesn't care. I think he understands. God, come on now, I need to forgive right now. I've been praying for this dude to get hit with a train, but I really I don't want to block my blessings, so help my heart, help me.
Right.
Don't kill him, just hurt him. I
Just
pray
hurt him a little bit, right?
and I remember praying, God, I know that one of my biggest problems is I'm not free from people. People really, really, really held me back. Believe that people hold everybody. God, the enemy uses people. God brings people in your life to bless you. The enemy brings people into your life to curse you. That you got to know that you got to have discernment.
Yeah.
And I finally got free from people. When I tell you I got so free from people, I think everybody loves me. If they don't love me, it's because they don't know me.
I agree.
Dogs only bark at people they don't know. I'm like, if you knew me, you would love me.
I agree.
And so freedom comes, I think, from just being able to wake up every day and have peace, man. So much peace.
Yeah.
So much joy.
Yeah.
I love my life. I love my life.
I love it.
I lost a lot in 2020. Whoo, Lord, I had some things happen that I thought, there ain't no way I'm going to make it back from this. But I did. And I just went. And I just think that freedom's when you realize that, God, you were there before, you're going to be here again. And so I will be free. I'll stay free. I won't watch social media for my validation. I'm going to look as an audience of one. Ooh. And freedom is in that audience of one, which.
Hallelujah. Let me get to these questions. Now I'm like moving fast. Okay. All right. When you say God told you get up and walk from it, did he speak audibly? Like, how did he do it? Like, how did he do it?
So, you know what's so funny is God's never spoken to me audibly.
Okay.
Like, I've never heard God be like, that's my problem. I thought my whole life, I'd go to Bible, youth camp. They'd be like, little Jerry be like, oh, I just heard Jesus. And I'd be like, I didn't hear Jesus. I just was waiting for God to be like, Kimberly.
Right. With the deep voice.
He didn't do that to me. God speaks to me in a still small voice. That's why the enemy keeps so much distraction in your life, because he knows that the Holy Spirit speaks in that little still small voice, that thing when you pray and you say, God, I don't know what to do. Should I take this job or shouldn't I? That first thing that drops in your spirit is God, baby. But we don't hear it because we're waiting on, no, don't take it.
Right. So
he did not talk to me audibly. It was that still small voice. Like, it was like, get up. It was like, what are you waiting on? What are you doing? Get up and walk away from it. And so that's for all of you on here tonight that you're waiting on God to talk to you. Get quiet. Don't talk so much. He already knows what you need. Listen, ask him, say, God, what do you want me to do in this situation? Do you want me to keep living with Satan and pretending I'm happy? Or are you going to change him?
Watch it.
God will answer your prayers.
He will.
Voice, it's that peace in the middle of a storm. It's that still small voice. It's that first thing that you hear when you ask a question. That's God.
The first one. Okay.
And then we
Uh-huh.
start in it, Terry. We start, was that God? Was that not God? Was that God?
Uh-huh.
What did you feel when you first asked?
Right. Will you be reposting this live so I can watch it again? I came in late and missed out on a few things. I want
Oh,
to write them down. The replay will be posted as soon as this Instagram is over. Also, you can check out Music Mondays with Terri Cann on my YouTube playlist and podcast. This ain't going nowhere.
come on.
Just wanted to make that
Terry.
known. I want to say I love you both. We love you too.
Oh.
How do you know when it's time to change your location?
For me, I feel like that God is not really that difficult. It's not a God of chaos and confusion.
Amen.
Period.
Period.
I feel like because the enemy can't take you out, he tries to wear you out, and he does that through distractions, through stress, through pressure. And so for me, whenever I needed a location change, even from my jobs, it just started getting so chaotic. Chaotic. There was no peace. If you are driving home every day and you can't wait to get home to have your bottle of wine, you need to change your job. Whatever's making you and driving you to those things, a lot of times it's God saying, I want you to move here. Sometimes God will even close the door. He'll let you get fired for something you didn't even do.
Right.
If he wouldn't have closed the door, you wouldn't have moved. And so location comes from fast, pray, push that plate back, talk to God, speak to God, and he will show you which way to go and when it's time to change the location. And a lot of times it's chaos and confusion. I ain't staying here anymore.
Come on.
You're like, bye, I'm out. I'm out. I ain't staying. I'm working. I tried. I did all I can do. And now I'm out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, okay. Someone says, is this your hair? See, this is why I asked to put the question. But I'm going to appease you.
This is my hair. Are they asking about my hair or your hair?
Oh, is that? Oh, if you're asking, no, honey, child boo. I said earlier, I said, all this goodness is making my wig shift. No, it's not.
Hey, I'm get me some hair. I'm going to pop on here and look like Terry tomorrow. You hear that? A whole wig. I'm getting me a whole weave. So what I did was I wanted something new. So I went back more natural. It looks really cute.
I love it. I love it with the frames. Killing, girl. Killing.
Got to change myself every once in a while.
Right. That's why I have so many different wigs. Okay. Oh, this is good. What are your tips to motivate Christian entrepreneurs?
For me, I believe that your hustle has to be holy. Have to be at a place where how bad do you want it? I think it just irks me when people want something, but they won't work for it. That if you don't work for it, you don't get it. And so what I do every single morning, I get up. I am a free bird. I fly. I'm like free bird, So I get up in the morning, I get my coffee, I spend time with God, and I write my list.
Okay.
I write my list and I decide, what am I doing today? Because I got t-shirt businesses. I've got a store. I've got a mentorship program. I've got church I pastor. I got all of these, and you need to have more than one income. You need to have multiple streams of income.
7 streams of income. Thank you.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to do this? I remember here's an example. When I was at Bloomingdale's and I didn't want to stay at Bloomingdale's, I went and found me some glue on, some sparkles. I went, got me some little $1.99 shirts at Sock Shop. I would go work all day long in retail, come home and iron my shirts. And I started me a t-shirt company.
I love it.
Thriving t-shirt company to this day that started 8 years ago in my bedroom while I was still working.
I love it.
There's ways to get out of it. You can go to the thrift store and buy you some blue jean jackets, throw some paint on it, cut it up, make it one of a kind, put it on Etsy. What are you waiting?
That's it. I love it. Let your hustle be holy, people.
Yes, hustling is in my blood. Me too.
Same here.
Creations by Chris. She even put it smart. You smart.
Any words of encouragement or motivation to us single moms at home doing homeschooling and socially isolated?
Oh, listen, here's what I do, Stephanie. if I were you, and this is what I do now, and my kids are 27 and 25, but I still do this because I'm at home too.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to lots of podcasts. I love podcasts. I don't Netflix and chill a lot. I still get up, girl. I get dressed, get out of flannels, get up, get dressed, get some life in your house, because it is happening. There's no this. You a whole mama, and you happen to be a principal, a PE teacher, a mother.
Everything, right?
Okay.
Every subject, yep.
So what I would do is I would just make up in my mind that it is happening, and I'm going to make sure that these memories my kids don't forget. Let them see you bossing it, because you are. You push them babies out of a place nothing should even come out of. You are a whole boss. You carried a whole human in your body.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to you pushing a life out.
Uh-huh.
So just remember, you superwoman. Now you change your thinking and you sail right through this season.
I love it.
Podcasts. Get some people that really motivate you and give you encouragement. Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, can you tell us about your podcast?
I have a whole podcast. It is Real Talk Kim. I'm Real Talk Kim all over social media, realtalkkim.com.
Yes.
But I love podcasts. I give you tips. I like people that kind of yell at me. You know, like, what are you doing? Get up. What are you mad at? You chose them. Now get up.
Oh my God. I love it. I want to, I know we have 10 minutes left. So if I can get back to the questions, I would, but you have such a strong passion, for women, for mentorship, and for human trafficking. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. Where did that passion come from? And tell us what you're doing, in that realm.
You know, I started a mentorship program, RTK Inner Circle, in October. And man, I never knew in a million years that this pandemic was going to start. I never knew that I would love my mentees as much as I love my, they like, I literally quit doing my live at 9s, and now I do every night with them. I go hang out private page, and we're just growing together. And man, I'm watching these people that were broken. You can't be stuck hanging around with me. You just can't.
I love this.
All these women in there that are now changing the game. They're starting their podcasts. They're starting their businesses. So we're a community. So that's my mentorship program, RTK Inner Circle. Okay. Then I am with Rock, Paper, Scissors. Rock, Paper, Scissors. And it is a place for sex trafficking and for abused women. And my heart, I love women, because I believe that if we can birth life, then we can get through anything. But the enemy gets us in our emotions. And we feel like we can't. And we forget to birth the whole life out of our bodies, right? And we get stuck on the last season. We let a season in our life define our whole lifetime. And so Rock, Scissors just helps you get out of that place where you ain't got no help. Helps you get out of that abused home. Helps you start over again. Rock, Paper, Scissors, with Crystal Clear. And it's great. So if there's anybody out there right now even struggling with anything like that, reach out, man. There's people out there to help you. You're not stuck because you're not a tree. You're only stuck because you stopped moving. Get up. Get up.
Right. That's it. How can one join either the RTK circle or the rock paper scissors? Excuse me.
Yeah, rock paper scissors. You just go to rockpaperscissors.com.
Perfect.
Look into that. And my inner circle, you just go to realtalkkim.com, and everything about me is there. innercircle.realtalkkim.com, or just go to realtalkkim.com and be a part of my world. Find your tribe.
I love it. I love it. How in the world do you find time to balance everything and still be like, all of your church members are on here talking about that's my pastor, that's my pastor. So obviously you are a good pastor. How do you balance everything?
Oh, you know what's so crazy is I used to hate people. And
I would never guess that.
Listen, I hated people. I was a preacher's kid, remember?
Oh, yeah, I know.
When I started doing makeup, God knew it. And so I would do 45-minute makeup, and I started falling in love with people. And now is my favorite hobby on the planet. Like, when I tell you I love little bitty thumbnails, my prayer was, God, when I tell people that I love them, I want them to say, I know you do. I want them to,
Mhm.
even if
Yeah.
you've never. And
Yeah.
so that's what God's done. You know, God has given me a love for people. And I just, man, I love the hell out of them. That's what I do. I love the hell out of them. And I let them know that, man, if you've just got one person that loves you and believes in you, that's enough for you to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
And that's all the people you see in here is people I get to do life with. And I'm watching names come through and just the stories of these people.
Yes.
I'm talking that literally are taking the world by storm now.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even get their head off the pillow. They were so depressed. So when you
Glory to
really
God.
get in your lane and changing lives, man, people ride with you. They ride or dies.
I love it. And you have penned 5 books. You're
Can you
my
believe
hero.
self
I'm sorry.
with my special ed self?
What?
I was in special ed. Hey, girl, Terry, I was in special
You're
ed.
joking.
No, my whole life. I was in special ed. Like I literally got to leave my class an hour every day to get help because I did not get my hooked on phonics. And look at me. Look at me
Look
on the
at
shelf
you.
at Barnes and Noble.
Look at you. Author. National best-selling author.
Crazy.
And
But
I
God.
want to talk, just give us a little piece about this book. Shut Hell Up.
Yeah.
Come on. Just give us the basis of that book.
You know, I wanted to name it Shut the Hell Up, but I
Right.
couldn't be with the Christian publisher.
They were like, that's a bit much.
Yes, but that word the you know, only yes, that word the changes it. But how many times in life does because right here's where it's at. That anxiety attack we're having right here.
That's
That
it.
the anger issues that we're having right here, right
That's
here.
it.
It all stems from inside us. And we need to tell hell to shut up. Tell the hell of your anger. Tell that hell of your bitterness, of your betrayal, of your hopelessness. That's the hell that you got to learn to tell to shut up every day.
That's
so
it.
whole book about it. I wrote a book, Shut Hell Up. It equips you. I even have an e-course, girl, where I 7 sessions, 30-minute sessions where we walk through how to get up after you've been devastated, how to take your life back after your own pandemic. Because y'all know several of us were in a pandemic before the pandemic.
Come on.
Listen, so we have to learn to tell hell to shut up and take our life back. Tell that word stress committee to sit down and shut up.
Wow.
Tell your thoughts that are telling you you'll never recover. Nobody will ever love you and your 5 kids from 5 different daddies. All of that's a lie from the pit of hell. You are important to God. You are chosen. You are anointed for such a time as this. And the minute you learn to tell hell to shut up is the minute everything is going to change. You're going to have a trajectory shift the moment you learn how to tell hell to shut up. The devil is such a punk. He's under his bed every night looking to see if you under there. And you over here stuck with him, scared to death of your future. No, get my book, Shut Hell Up. Get the e-course.
Real talk. I'm just floored. Like,
Terry, y'all see how Terry's just looking at me?
I mean, do you hear yourself? You're just like spitting.
Hey, Terry, before I got on here tonight, I was like, I'm going to be really calm, grown. I'm going to be, diplomatic. I'm going to be, man, 2 seconds in, I'm like, wow.
Right. I was like, I didn't even introduce you yet. You're I live for it. I love it. This is who God has made you.
Oh.
We are grateful for you. You have changed so many lives, and I know you will continue to. And oh my God, if you are now coming in, you're like, what is happening? This is Music Mondays with Terri Cann, the special Preacher's Edition with Real Talk Kim. She has blessed us on tonight. We get churchy. She has blessed us on tonight.
Koji.
Right. If you missed it, please hit that replay. It's going to be on my IGTV. It's going to be on my YouTube. It's going to be on my podcast. And share it with somebody. Please. People need encouragement more than ever before.
Come on, Terry.
Last question, Pastor Kim. And I'm so sorry I have to be the last question. But I know you have an 8 o'clock.
Oh,
What was your greatest lesson of 2020 that you walked into 2021 and said, I learned this in 2020, so this is how I'm flowing in 2021?
girl, I learned to mourn, move. I lost my daddy. I walked through another devastating event that I
My
thought was
condolences.
out. And girl, I preached the next day. I learned that there is nothing in life that is
Woo!
God can't bring you through. And he don't just bring you through, baby. The harder the fall, the higher you gonna bounce. The hell you're going through, you can choose to come out on fire. And when you do, there ain't no devil in hell that can stop what God's gonna do in your life. I'm telling you something. I learned, baby. It don't matter what hits me. I'm gonna mourn. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna cry it out, but I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep. I showed it. Anything is possible when God is on your side. And guess what, y'all? He's on your side. He's got your back, your side, your front, your bottom. He's
Everywhere.
got you. He's got you. I promise you, he won't never leave you. He won't never forsake you. Just trust the process. Don't let the process punk you out of your promise.
Can you guys just send her a cash app as well? Can you just mourn and move?
Good morning, move.
Get up.
Get up, girl. Get up, man. Get up, bro. Get up. Your best is not behind you. It's in front. I promise you, you're going to be loved again. You're going to be celebrated again. You're going to be, your face is going to be on billboards. It ain't too late. It ain't too late. Get up and let's go.
Pastor Kim, I love you.
I love you. I'm so thankful for this time with you.
I am grateful for you.
I'm going to go stalk you now and find out all about you.
I really appreciate you. And guys, please bless Pastor Kim. If you do not know about her, I'm sure from now they're going to be stalking you. Visit her website, get her books, subscribe to her podcast, just be all up in her world, because it is an amazing world to be in.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
This has been another episode of Music Mondays with Terri Cann. Put your bell notifications on for me. Next Monday, we're going live with Miss Judy McAllister. Come back and join me again. Love you, Pastor Kim. Love you all. Have a good night.
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.